So now I want to show you an example of this concept of limited liability. I want you to be able to see it, to visualize it, to truly understand and grasp why having an entity is such a big benefit for you and your business. So to start out, here's you. You've got some personal assets. Maybe you got a house, maybe you got a car, maybe you have some cash or some investment accounts or jewelry or just other personal property that's yours. But in addition to your personal wealth, you also have a business. You've got maybe some real property or a store. Maybe you've got a vehicle or some other equipment and some goods like inventory that you're trying to sell to make more money. And then hopefully you got some cash. And so you have two separate types of assets. You've got business assets and you've got personal assets. You say, hey, what's the big deal? I am good enough about keeping these things separate. It's really not that big of a deal. Well, it becomes a problem when these guys show up. Now, creditors are essentially anybody that you owe money to. You can have personal creditors, maybe you have a personal credit card, and so the credit card company in that sense would be considered potentially a creditor of yours. But you can also have business creditors. A very common one in the context of a business would be a bank. If you enter into a loan agreement with a bank lends you money, then the bank is a creditor of your business in that context. So when creditors show up, it generally means that things aren't going so well. If you're making payments to the bank, they're very happy. They aren't going to pose any problems for you. But if things become tight and you default on your payments to the bank, then they're going to show up. And they are going to want to try and get paid back in any way that they can. And so, first and foremost, they are going to look to your business to get compensated for what they are owed. And they're going to try and get all of the assets of your business in order to get paid back. But if they can't get fully compensated from your business, then they would theoretically try to go after your personal wealth and try to become compensated and get paid back by what you owe them through your personal assets. Now, if you don't have a legal entity set up for your business and you're just kind of operating it as a sole proprietor, they have every right to do that. You personally in that scenario would owe them the money. However, if you have a legal entity, this is what happens. It essentially presents a barrier between your personal wealth and your business assets. In that scenario, the entity protects your personal wealth from creditors of your business. The creditors will probably be able to get at the assets of your business, but they should not be able to get at your personal wealth and personal assets. That is the benefit of having a legal entity for your business, is it provides you with that limited liability. You can only lose in this scenario what you have invested in the business. All the assets of the business, those will be available to the creditors of your business. You can lose those, but you cannot lose your personal wealth. Now, I will just say this. This isn't necessarily the case in every situation. However, if you're very good about making sure that you have a separate bank account for your business from your personal bank account, if you are very meticulous about how you enter into contracts and you don't use personal assets in your business or business assets for personal use, and you maintain very clear records, you shouldn't have a problem with business creditors getting at your personal wealth. So that is the main benefit. And I hope that this visual helps you understand and see that benefit in a greater light. I hope this was beneficial and helpful to you. But now we're going to move on and shift gears and talk about all the different types of entities that you can form for your business and some of the benefits and drawbacks that are associated with those specific types of entities.